The Alaska Triangle is one of the most enigmatic locations on the entire planet. And in this area, you have so much strange phenomena that occurs between missing people, UFO activity, paranormal activity, cryptid sightings, all kinds of bizarre and strange activity. 16,000 people have gone missing here since 1988. And they only have that number from 1988 because that's when they really started keeping track of it. More than 40 airplanes have been missing since 1962, again, because that's when they started keeping track of the number. We know more planes are still missing from before that time. It's a massive area, almost the same size as the state of California, that stretches from Juneau in the south to Anchorage in the middle, all the way to Utqiagvik at the top, formerly known as Barrow. Back in 2012, during the Mount Marathon race, which is just down the road in Seward, Alaska, about 100 miles from here, one of the participants, Michael LeMaitre, like everybody else, ran up the hill to about the 3,000 foot level, just like everybody else. Checked in at the turnaround point, just like everyone else, but unlike everyone else, he never came back down, completely disappeared. Search teams were sent up, the Alaska State Troopers were brought in. To this day, his body has never been found. Or perhaps, did he disappear into something else? Did he fall into a portal, like many people suspect are out in the wilderness? One of these locations, that hotbed of activity, that even some people believe entities like Sasquatch and other interdimensional type beings are using to move in and about our world. When you're talking a place here like Alaska, first of all, you're talking about all of that Earth energy that is welling up from the Earth's core. In 1965, the U.S. Department of the Interior did a survey of 100,000 square miles of Alaska, which is only 1/6 of the size of the entire state. And within that, they defined 5 separate magnetic characters. But within those characters, they also detected what they called negative anomalies. So they know that there is strange activity that is occurring here due to the electromagnetism of the Earth. On top of that, the Earth is very volatile. You have earthquakes that are really prevalent here. When I was stationed up here back in the early 1990s, I was here for a 6.9 earthquake. That's pretty sizable. But the second largest earthquake ever recorded in North American history happened right here, a 9.2 earthquake back in 1964, absolutely devastated Anchorage. You also have volcanic activity. There are many volcanoes here in Alaska. And again, I know I keep saying this, but when I was first stationed here in the early 90s, I arrived here just after Mount Spur across the Cook Inlet had gone off. So when I arrived here, there was still ash falling from the sky, and we actually had to cover up computer equipment at night because throughout the night, the ash would settle onto the computers, which of course would ruin the equipment. And then of course you have those magnificent auroras that come down out of the atmosphere. And basically what that is, it's the solar wind that's hitting the ionosphere. Well, here, the magnetic protection of the Earth is a little bit thinner. So when you get blasted with those solar winds up here, it affects the energy here a lot more than other places on Earth. So it's a fantastic cocktail of different energies here in Alaska, within the triangle. Now, something like this really is the beauty of Alaska. Parks like this that are all over the entire state are absolutely beautiful. And it's amazing to think that something that is so beautiful like this, you have so much of this strange, bizarre activity. But really, to me, that's almost an indicator of duality. You have the two sides there, the light and the dark. So you have that amazing beauty like this, and then all the crazy, bizarre things that happen here as well, all the tragedy that also occurs. So I'm headed up the Flattop Trail, where we filmed for the Alaska Triangle 5 years ago. Raining today, visibility is horrible, so it's not going to be as majestic as it was then, unfortunately. So you can't really see it behind me, but there's Flattop Mountain. For our filming today, we're going to lose the view But this is where I found that current of energy running from Flattop Mountain, can't even see it today, down to Anchorage. Usually a beautiful view. So people ask me about the Black Pyramid. Well, that is supposed to be under Mount Denali. There's been a lot of speculation as to what this pyramid is, and a few people have come forward with some connections to it that have said that, it's a secret underground base, that there are extraterrestrials working with the human military on some different projects under there. Some say it's a giant power plant that is so large, several times larger than the pyramid at Giza, that not only could it power all of Alaska, but would even spread into Canada. And we hear stories like this from time to time of things hidden in the mountains up here, like Mount Hayes, which the famed remote viewer Pat Price had viewed into really arbitrarily. It was something that he had done on the side, and there were several of these sites around the world that he ended up viewing where he determined that, yes, there were humans working with ETs at these locations. It's truly, truly fascinating. Pat Price met with a rather unusual and mysterious death. Terrible to think about people going missing, and thousands of people have gone missing in the area of the Alaska Triangle. And just coming here to Flattop Mountain, here's another missing persons notice right here. It's extremely, extremely sad. When I was stationed up here in the United States Air Force from 1992 to 1995, I spent the majority of my time in the Alaska Command Building, and specifically in the basement of that building where we shared space, our office, Worldwide Military Command Control Systems, with the Base Communications Center. And within that lower office area, which was completely closed off from the outside, we frequently saw these shadow beings moving in and about the office area. And there were several of us that would see these. It wasn't just me. So you might be walking back to your desk with a buddy through the cubicles, and all of a sudden, both of you would suddenly see a shadow dart across. And you turn and look at your buddy, you see that? Yeah, saw that. Did you see it? Yeah, I saw that. And there ended up becoming this crazy story about the building that it was once a hospital, and we were in the morgue, and we were seeing the spirits and souls of the people that had passed away. But when I did the research for my book, Alaska's Mysterious Triangle, and I wanted to include these stories of the shadow beings that were in that building, I discovered that the building was never a hospital. It was built exactly what it was being used for, which was command. So what were these shadows? Well, given the power of the Alaska Triangle and knowing the vortex energy welling up from the Earth's core, I believe that it was creating a rift in time, that these were time slips. And we were seeing perhaps personnel from the past, personnel from the future. We may have even been experiencing ourselves. So now for my own safety, I'm going to head back down, because you never know what might happen out here in the triangle. It's a lot of missing people. And honestly, yes, some of them do get eaten by a bear out in the wilderness. So considering I'm the only one out here right now and nobody knows where I'm at, don't do that. Always let people know where you're going to be at. I think it's time I made my way back to the car. So let's answer the question. Does Alaska, specifically the Alaska Triangle, have portals within it? Do people disappear through these portals? Can people even possibly use these portals to move in and out of different dimensions? Can they use these to move in and about different points in time? I say yes, absolutely.